What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Going live today to rip some drafts on Underdog and talk about the Week 10 slate. Just put it right up on the site. Again, if you are wondering why I didn't do this last week, it was Halloween on Friday. And then I had a chess tournament Saturday and Sunday, so took a bye week. My site is 99% a best ball site, though. So any in-season content I maintain is extra. Didn't even think I'd be doing this, but can put a little write-up on the site. One thing I don't know was a player I wanted to write up before I checked his status was Rashid Shaheed. Now he has an O tag. Does that mean his points don't count? Anyone know? Chad, you might know this. The back actually is doing better, but it did tighten up on me a little bit. It's got to stay mobile. Chad, do you know if Rashid Shaheed will accrue points this week? I've messaged some people. No responses yet. Okay. Shaheed does not score an underdog this week. That's what I thought. That's what I thought an O-tag would mean. My guess is what happened is they released the slate before the trade, which makes sense. And so I guess what they do is they just knock him out. I think it would have been a pretty good play because I think he would have been rarely drafted. So maybe for your DFS world, it's a good play. No Torrey Horton this week. People are not going to want to play a guy who got traded midweek. But okay, let's replace Rashid. What's going on? I have my YouTube up in a different thing, so I was hearing myself. Okay. We'll leave the Shaheed right up in and we'll just add a different player. Anyways, we're going to be ripping a couple battle royales, a couple dog bulls. Took the last week off, obviously. JSN, it's going to be interesting to see, does JSN go a little bit down with Rashid Shaheed there with another target dominant player who can win deep? Or is he inevitable? Probably inevitable. I don't even fully know if I'd want to go to the dog bowl if I made it, but let's draft one of those too. I mean, very hard to argue with his fantasy production. What's overrated about it? I didn't draft too much of him. Feel wrong about that, personally. But maybe Rashid Shaheed sends him stone 0. Just kidding. That's not happening. Or maybe you just wanted to come in and hate on the player I selected. I don't know. We're having fun. It's Friday. Oh, I was going to go McBride. All right, let's get a little different here. Ish. Let's go Buka. I guess it's not different at all. It just correlates here. Feels weird. It feels bad to get unique here. I think at these JSN type picks, though, that's where you can be taking these type of players. Like just take Rico at 2. Get weird like that. I don't really think JSN would lose targets as much as if Sam Darnold throws a if Sam Darnold throws a 70-yard touchdown to Rashid Shaheed, that inherently means JSN is not touching the ball in that drive. And, well, it is Rashid Shaheed. That's kind of what he does, you know? So I don't know how long we'll go live. Maybe 30 minutes, maybe 50 minutes. It's an interesting slate where, I mean, we're getting into the NFL season at this point, week 10. So Projections are going to be better. The top 5 teams from point totals is, of course, Buffalo, 30. The Lions, 28.25. The Rams, 27. The Ravens, 26.25. And then the Seahawks at 26. On the Bills side, no one is drafting anyone but James Cook, Josh Allen, and Kincaid because they're the best plays. But, Khalil Shakir, Keon Coleman. I know you got to be brave to cook Keon Coleman. They can pop up for big games. Hell, even Curtis Samuel could. For the Lions, someone like Jameson Williams is going to be rare drafted. He's kind of the only one. For the Rams, not a great team to draft rarely drafted guys, but if you're uber brave, I guess you could do Tyler Higbee. And then I think the Ravens have quite a bit of guys. One is Rashad Bateman. Rashad Bateman was straight up awesome to end the year last year and has been a stone zero this year. So he's got to have it in him. And then the other one I think is quite interesting is Isaiah Likely. Isaiah Likely looks awesome with the ball in his hands. And he is healthy now. He's not going to run as many routes as some guys, but it's not really what we need. What do I want to do here? You know what? We'll give this guy the pick of his choice, and we're just going to rip Isaiah Likely here. It's 6-person drafts. If you're not getting unique, you're donating. I like Travis Etienne this week too. Maybe I could have gone Breece first there. Not really clear why to me Travis Etienne's being rarely drafted in these 6-person drafts. Wow, Brett, a rare kind thing to say for something I draft on this team. Hope this team sucks for you. It's a volume game, Cam. Wasn't the best start for... This is true. I mean, the Breece spot is weird because it's Breece is either going to have a terrible game due to all these trade rumor requests or an awesome game. Nothing in between. Wasn't the best start in the eliminator for Davis and I. We had both the Broncos running backs, Dobbins and Harvey. And I mean, I've been saying this whole time that the Broncos are fake good. Okay, the Broncos are not god awful. They're not as bad as the Giants, but they're not good, right? They're going to get stomped in the playoffs. And the main reason why is because of Bo Nix, right? Bo Nix is overrated. And I think a lot of people started to see that last night, right? What's really damning about Bo Nix? You know what? Okay, he's here again. Sure. What's really damning about Bo Nix is there's some Broncos homer in my Discord, of course, has an anonymous account who gets irate anytime someone mentions the truth. And he was or she, I don't know. They were well, why can't Bo Nix be Josh Allen? And that's come on, man. First of all, Bo Nix, what's really quite bad about him is he has an awesome supporting cast, right? He has an awesome O-line. He has a great defense. Josh Allen, and he played 61 he had 61 college starts in the NFL. I mean, in college, most of anyone. Josh Allen played something 20-something college games, had one of the worst supporting casts ever. Kelvin Benjamin was the wide receiver one who flat out told him no when Josh asked him if he would run routes for him pregame. So the Raiders couldn't get pressure at all on Bo, and Bo's just missing guys. He's just not that good, right? I think he will probably not be a starter in Denver in 2 years. Of course, anyone can grow, but it's a little bit less likely when you play so long in college. Let's rip Puka. Kelvin Benjamin had a year, man. And the other thing is Bo was not like Bo Nix is a game manager, right? A lot of NFL guys are game managers. But if you put someone like Matt Stafford on the Broncos, like they're Super Bowl contenders, right? Obviously. Colts, Denver, and Steelers are fake good teams. Yeah, but I would personally put Denver as third in this group, which is maybe a hot take. I think more people would put the Steelers as third. And no debate that Denver has a better O-line and Denver has a better defense. But Rodgers is simply better than Bo, and like he could have an elite game still, right? Aaron Rodgers is still clearly not what he once was, but he could still have like a put the team on his back, beat someone type of game. The Colts, okay, Daniel Jones, I think, will go the way of Sam Darnold, but of last year in the playoffs. But, you know, like Jonathan Taylor just traded for Sauce. Like they're pushing their chips in the middle. They're just better than the Broncos, right? In my opinion. And it's like Jones and Bo, that's a wash if Jones is not just better. Let's go Dart. And I mega scrolled. Okay, let's go Dart and McBride. Whatever. If you're not getting unique, you're donating. It was I thought Judkins was the top of the tier. I was chatting, so I didn't even know. But you know, I don't even hate it. Whatever. Jackson Dart, pick 12. Like Dart's probably better than Bo, right? Well, the thing about Bo is people got like he ended the year quite well in fantasy because he ran in a bunch of touchdowns, but that's not that sticky. He had less rushing yards than Caleb Williams. Yeah, I don't think this is much of a hot take, right? And Dart's supporting cast is pretty bad. Yeah, I think we need to see a couple more weeks for the Steelers unit. Like them having a good week is not meaningful compared to their overall sample. So funny that Caleb Williams, is that his name? Caleb? They're not on the main slate. Yeah. Whoever the people were taking the 6th round remains a 0. I don't think this is fair to Dart. Dart's throwing more than Fields. Dart is more like Jalen Hurts, I would say. Dart reminds me a lot more like Jalen Hurts than he does of Justin Fields. You could also say Josh a little bit. But okay, I'm going to be real. Dart's supporting cast right now is miles better than Josh Allen's rookie year. I challenge anyone out there without looking it up to name the players on Josh Allen's team his rookie year. We're going to go Wandale with Dart. Name the players who were catching passes from Josh Allen his rookie year without looking it up. I don't even think I can name all of them. I can name several of them. So anyone out there, don't look it up. Zay Jones was one, I believe. Yeah, Zay Jones was still there. We already said Kelvin Benjamin was another. Or maybe Kelvin Benjamin was year 2. I can't even remember. I think Kelvin Benjamin was there year 1. For sure. Okay, you guys are missing. What is this? McKenzie was not there yet, I don't think. Let's just rip Rico Dowdle at the 2. Why not? Maybe he might have been traded. I want more though the receivers. Okay, here's one I remember: Charles Clay, Robert Foster. We gotta look it up. John Brown. John Brown was a big trade acquisition. When Josh Allen started to look good was when they got John Brown and Cole Beasley. I think it was Zay Jones, Robert Foster. Okay, LaShawn McCoy was there. I was actually at Josh Allen's first ever game, and Nathan Peterman started it. So we had Robert Foster, Zay Jones, Kelvin Benjamin, Jason Kroom, who I think he dated like the owner's daughter or something. Charles Clay. Okay, Isaiah McKenzie was there. I'm wrong. But yeah, this is a group here. 102 targets to Zay Jones. Robert Foster, man, better and best ball guy. 541 and 3. Kelvin Benjamin, awful. Ray McLeod was on the team. Even I've forgotten that. Charles Clay, he had like a year or two with remember he had some good years in Miami. My God. 4 quarterbacks got in there. So I'm sorry, but comparing Wan'Dale Robinson and Darius Slayton and Theo Johnson to this group of players is like disrespectful to the current Giants team and not realizing how bad this is. There was like 2 NFL players maybe on that team. And I'll repeat, the big acquisitions for the Bills that like the COVID year or the year before the COVID year was Cole Beasley and John Brown. They added those guys and it was like, my God, there's actual NFL players. Lee Evans? No, man. Come on. That's old school. I remember Zach Pascal. But what is this Jacoby Brissett was short-sighted? Was he shorted? I can't believe how good Brissett looked against the Cowboys. Well, it's a bummer that the NFL product is robbed of a player like Neighbors, right? Like when teams lose these studs, there's just not that many in the world. So when you lose a Malik Neighbors, the whole product suffers, right? Just like if when Joe Burrow goes down, the whole product suffers. Curtis Samuel? What about him? He was do you feel the Bills need a wide receiver one? His name is Dalton Kincaid. And like Bills fans are like crashing out online. They're like, I can't believe Brandon Beane didn't get someone at the trade deadline. Blah, blah, blah. And like, I get it. I would love to insert Julio Jones onto the Buffalo Bills if I could. I'd be about that too. But Let's be serious for a second. The Bills are averaging what? Probably like 30 points a game. They just beat the Chiefs rather easily. They've had several guys banged up on offense, like Curtis Samuel's missed time. Josh Palmer's hurt. I think they somewhat might be planning for Gabe Davis to play. And I just don't think there was anyone really available. I think they did try to get Brian Thomas, which it's like respect, give it a try. But Brandon Beane has an awesome draft class this year, right? Jackson Hawes, this blocking tight end, that guy's going to make a lot of money in the NFL the way he blocks. 5th round pick. Maxwell Hairston, their corner, he's been hurt all year. Played in that game, though. Looked flat out awesome. Deion Walker, this D tackle, in like the 3rd round or something, 4th round. Dude might be the best D lineman on the Bills. So, and who were the wide receivers that are smashing it in this rookie class that went around that pick? No one. You know, Torrey Horton was later in the draft. You know, Golden does not look great. Igbuka was higher in the draft. So, and I think to us, it's like, oh, a 3rd round pick for Shaheed or whatever here. Like, you got to remember the Bills traded for Amari Cooper last year. It didn't work out. And again, I just named a bunch of draft picks who he absolutely smashed it with this year in this class who were later. This is why these teams value these picks. Similar reason to the Chiefs, right? Like when you're trying to remain good for a long time, it just doesn't make sense to push the chips all on them one year. And the Bills have a good enough team to win the Super Bowl, obviously. They're almost certainly the best team in the AFC. And I think the AFC is better than the NFC. Bills-Rams, that'd be a fun Super Bowl. A team like Seattle, a team like Indy, they're a little bit more desperate to make a move because they don't view themselves of having some long future of being elite. Because they don't, right? They're trying to catch a flash in the pan. I mean, Joe Brady has been objectively a great offensive coordinator. If your sole goal is to get Josh Allen to pass for 300 plus yards a game, you're not going to like him because he runs the football a lot, which is probably best for any quarterback approaching their 30s to do when you can. Like when you have an elite O-lineman and you don't need to have Josh Allen be Superman every game, why would you? When you have an elite elite running back. Keon Coleman rest of season. I mean, I think Keon Coleman is what it is. He's nearly an every down player who is going to get some jump balls in some big games. Like he's going to have probably like 2-3 big games. Could have a big game against Philly. Is he going to be a walking 100 yards and a touchdown? No, no one is on Buffalo other than like James Cook, right? And I kind of knew it was like that. That's why James Cook was my highest drafted player for Buffalo, more so than even Josh Allen. We'll take a look in a second, Justin. Thanks for the super chat. Yeah, man. Andre? Man, Lee Evans and Eric Moulds, those guys were good. Those guys were so good on some bad Bills teams. Let's go, Nico. I still believe in you, Nico. Davis Mills be damned. Good cash out. Good cash out there. I usually never advise the cash out, but hey, it feels good when the result goes your way, right? Okay. Let's go Shakir this time. Stings a little. Kincaid goes one pick before, but Shakir is just an elite. That's the other thing about Buffalo is Shakir is like his ADOT is 1 yard. But his yard after catch, like he's literally probably the second best yard after catch wide receiver in all of football after Jamar Chase. And so that's why James Cook, I think, doesn't get as used as much in the passing game, which I think is frustrating too because he's good at it. But I think they like he's like deployed as like a running back would be pretty much. Someone take Darius Slayton? Wow. We're denied the Jackson Dart Darius Slayton stack. Fine. DJ Moore. Bring back on the other side. Seahawks have a great defense, but like I've seen some people talk about them like they're going to be. Your profile picture always gets me. I've seen some people talk about them like they're going to be the Super Bowl team, and okay, they could in the NFC. Like the NFC is a little bit weaker than the AFC due to the quarterback play, but I think the Rams are better. I think the Lions would be tough to beat. The Bucs are no pushovers. I don't think the 49ers are as good. They're just not very healthy, but they're kicking around too. Then you got the Eagles. So I don't know. I think we need to see the Seahawks against some better competition. And I do think Darnold can show himself at any point too. Yeah, I think for playoff best ball, it's going to be like 100% fade Broncos because I think the Broncos are going to like host the Chiefs or the Ravens or something and just be a fade. We're going to go Kate Otten, do the Baker double. Great quarterback to double. Let's see. Okay. Oh, the Packers. Like we're forgetting the Packers too. Like I don't and who have the Seahawks played that are actually good? Justin, we're gonna do that. I saw the first super chat. I promise you, man. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat. We're gonna do that though. I just want to look at this real quick. Okay. Who have they played that are good? They lost to the Bucks, who are like the Bucks are similar to the Seahawks, maybe a little bit better. Like worse roster, but like Baker slightly better. They beat the Commanders. They lost to the 49ers week 1, which like barely counts. And other than that, like they've not really played many good teams. These games against the Rams, I think, is going to tell us quite a bit. Then they got a game against the Colts. They got another game against like they just don't get a play. They play none of the good superhero quarterbacks other than Jaden Daniels. Sure, man. Theo fell right in our lap. Right? They don't play Josh. They don't play Patrick. They don't play Lamar. They don't even play like the up and coming Drake May. But they play Stafford twice. But like Stafford's, they don't play Hurts, you know? So I don't know. I don't think the Seahawks are going to be the NFC Super Bowl team, but they do have a good team, right? Like the Packers can beat anyone. Obviously, they're dinged a little bit with Kraft. Matt Stafford's unreal. The Eagles can beat anyone. Still an elite O-line. The Bucs will probably get healthier. It's not really clear who's going to make it. Lions, 49ers, etc. How are they going to adjust to Kraft's injury? Okay, really bad news here, Justin. Can you post your You're going to need to screenshot the matchup and either post it in my Discord or you're going to need to message at me on Twitter. You let me know which one you do. You don't need a super chat. You can just tell me because BBMDB is down, so I cannot look up your matchup, sir. Appreciate you. No, I think the Packers can make a run, but they're kind of weird. Like, do they get Jaden Reed back? I think Jaden Reed would have been such a smash this year. We'll do some. We have had some update. Like Reed is at practice. I don't think he's like practicing, but he's there. We'll look it up though. Justin, you let me know how you get those teams to me because I can't pull it up otherwise. Chris, man, come on. That's not worth anything. Yeah, Nez confirmed. If you want to join the Discord, you got to join. The link is below in the description. You can also DM it to me on Twitter. Let's look up Jaden Reed updates though for a second. They're like not allowed to report on this much, so it says always a welcome sign to see Jaden Reed around the rest of the wide receivers at practice. So this is him. His timetable turn is still unknown, but the expectation a couple months back was sometime in November. So that was yesterday. So he's standing around the wide receivers, if that means anything to you. You were always Golden over Reed. I was actually Reed over Golden. And then I kept on drafting Reed after the injury. And like I think we kind of got unlucky where it's like the injury we were not drafting him for is not what happened. He just broke his collarbone or whatever. Christian Watson, man. This is not worth anything, Chris, just to be clear. It's an interesting year, Paul. But I think we're going to end with like an AFC championship game of probably like Bills Chiefs, Bills Ravens. NFC maybe a little bit more open. I'll go with the Rams as my pick for the NFC right now. But I think it's conceivable any of those teams make it. Yeah, 49ers, like the Brock Purdy shares are just tough. Tough to eat a zero. Especially because when I took Brock Purdy, I was like probably doing 2 QB. Injuries is part of the game. All right, I'll open my Discord here. Brandon Ayuk, there's been some rumors he might okay, King Schuster, I see you in here. Screenshot the images and post it in one of the channels here. I see you've joined. There's been some rumors Brandon Ayuk might just not even be activated this year so that they can trade, which would be tough. Okay, posting it straight in the general channel. Usually not a channel that is. This is like the main channel for discussion, but all right. King Schuster, the hero. Herbert and Dak. Chubb, Rico. So, I mean, great week to have Rico getting the Saints. Bijan, who they're not on the main slate. Who do they play? A little tough for you that Dak's on bye, but good thing you have Herbert. So you got Herbert against the Steelers in a great matchup for him. You got Bijan. Oh, Bijan's in the morning game. Is that one London? Berlin, Germany. Okay. Bijan in the first German game. Kyron. And I mean, this game against the 49ers, he smashed previously. And this could just be a blowout for the Rams where they are running it out late. Now, he's been playing a little bit less, but suffice to say your running back room is strong. Not a good matchup for Nick Chubb. Alvin Kamara, I'm not sure if he plays. And then, yeah, no Bucky, so Rashad White. So you're plenty strong at running back here. Ladd in a great matchup. Shakir, good matchup. Diggs, I'd say good matchup for him. Pickens on bye. Pittman, I think Pittman plays. There was some injury stuff there. Good matchup for QJ too. Just a good team to have Ladd and QJ on it. Dominic Brown gets a boost, and I'm sorry I laughed when I saw Josh Reynolds here. I think he goes to 0 with Adonai Mitchell, but your team's plenty strong at wide receiver anyways. Okay, and then your tight end room is weak with Ferguson on bye, but Dalton Schultz could get in the box. We'll see. So one quarterback, one tight end. This is a big week for your team with plenty of week 10 buys. Your opponent. Okay, so nice for you. Mahomes also on bye. So you have the better quarterback because you got Bryce Young and Tyler Shuck versus Herbert. He has... We'll get back to that. He has CMC, JT. So two of the best running backs in football. But it's Bijan versus JT. So like mega leverage off of each other, right? CMC, okay. Got to fade CMC this week. Not a fun guy to have to fade. But you do have like guys like Rico in a good matchup. Ramondre's out. Kareem Hunt's on bye. And Woody Marks, he's kind of like Chubb. So, okay, you're facing the two best running backs in football for fantasy, but it's a two running back team, kind of. Kind of like my team's facing similar things. Marvin versus the Seahawks. Tough defense, but, better quarterback play for him. DJ Moore, Metcalf, Olave, Keon, Hollywood, Leggett, Lockett. Man, you're running a little unlucky that even Lockett got points. And then Kelsey on bye and Hunter Henry. It's pretty close. I think your team is overall deeper. You just need to get a bust because, you have pretty much 4 good picks at running back. Rico, Bijan, Kyron, and White, right? So you just need either CMC or JT to have a normal person game. If either of those guys can score like 10, 11 and not 30, that's good news for you. The other guy, he's got some decent wideouts, but yeah, I would give the edge to your team being, no lies there, because you got wideouts too. What's the chat think? I'm giving slight edge to you. I'll show you guys my eliminator matchup after this draft too. No, I was knocked out 2 weeks ago, the week that everyone chose the Falcons and the Bengals. Yeah, I mean, stinks, but I think I played it kind of bad. Like, I had the thought the morning of when everyone was like picking the same teams. It's like, you know what? Maybe I should just pick a team like Buffalo just to move on. Is what it is. Was a fun. My first time playing Survivor was fun. Definitely want to do it next year, and definitely want to do the Circa Survivor, the like $1,000 one in Vegas. Well, no, that's what you want because the past weeks don't matter, man. Yeah, it's still early. Okay, so obviously I'm hoping Kincaid falls to the Josh Allen team that I have here, but not a bit. I mean, one team has McBride, so I thought it was pretty likely. Who knows what this guy's going to do? Yeah, he goes quarterback. Cool. Pretty good team here. The real question is going to be like, who's going to be the best first round pick? Is it going to be CMC, Gibbs, Puka, JSN, Amon-Ra, Cook, or Dowdle? Those are kind of like the top guys. Holy cow. What were people picking? Did you have to choose more than one team or something, Deepak? 90%. Yeah, I'm going to pull up my eliminator team in a second here once this pick happens. I did not remember I was in a dog bowl. We started Kyron McBride. Good for us. Scorpion, there's not a single team that is going to be ever higher than 150 entry max due to legal reasons. But yes, it is 150 entry. Sometimes it's less, right? Oh, you had to do 3 teams. Makes sense. I would not. I mean, maybe if I was like deep, but like the team I have was drafted with Davis, so I already have a 50-50 swap. So I'm not going to swap my 50-50 down lower. Unless Davis really wanted to do it. Whatever. But yeah, it's like it gets weird. In best ball too, like sure. In best ball too, like I know the year Pat won. Some people like Peter Jennings were considering buying some equity in his team after before the Bills Bengals game. Because Pat was a major favorite to get past, by the way. He would have won probably I don't know, tens of thousands instead of 2 million. But obviously the game got canceled. And someone like Peter Jennings has got enough money where he's willing to take in the risk. But I don't think it worked out. So, okay. So I got Goff, Herbert, Penix, me and Davis, CMC, and Achane. So these are our guys with the two Broncos guys busting in a good matchup, right? Bo Nix just sucks. Woody Marks. We got an 8.9 from Dobbins. Would have been nice if he got a touchdown, right? JSN, JMO, Golden, Mooney, Shaheed, Douglas. So, I mean, Torrey Horton being ruled out is nice for Shaheed. We also have JSN, one of the best picks in fantasy. Need a big game from like JMO or Pop or whatever. Kincaid and Pitts, good tight end duo, good quarterback duo. The guy we're facing has Josh Allen. He also has CMC and Taylor. So I like the Schuster needs. I mean, both have CMC. So really, like, I want Taylor to have a human game. Tet, not going to play, actually. Waddle, probably not the best matchup in the world. Shaheed, duped. Egbuka, he has compared to our JSN. Kirk, Dobbs, Alec Pierce, MBS, a bunch of whatevers. Likely Ertz, Chig. So we got a little bit better at tight end. So it's really like, can we make up the points on whatever Jonathan Taylor scores and Josh Allen scores? Gonna be close. Seeming like a true 50-50 almost. One of the years, too, I think I told Jacob Sanderson, because I think Jacob and Pat were in a finals. Maybe it was the year Pat won. I don't remember. I think I told him, like, hey, you should ask about equity swapping. But I don't think he did it. Don't draft Tet, guys. He's not going to play. You know what? We need JMO. Let's go JMO. This is not how I would started if I drafted this myself. But hey, maybe a happy accident here. Packers, Cowboys, and Lions. Yeah, so it's like 9% or left. All right, this is going to be my last draft. Good luck this weekend, folks. Everyone needs a little luck. Week 10, I cannot wait for the real fantasy playoffs to start. Let me hear your takes. Who's going to be – tell me the Millie Maker – tell me a quarterback, running back, wide receiver, and tight end on the $20 DraftKings Millie Maker team. A quarterback, running back, wide receiver, and tight end on the $20 Millie Maker team for DraftKings. Who you got, guys? QB Darnold. I'll open it up. Darnold? I think Darnold's an interesting shout. It's kind of expensive. Caleb, CMC, Pearsall, Gadsden. Sir, Pearsall's not playing this week. Is he? I'm not talking about for... Oh, okay. I meant for the... To be clear, for DFS this week, not for best ball. Because we're doing daily drafts right now. No. I understand the confusion, though. We're 99% best ball on this channel. We're just doing daily drafts right now. Yeah, but Pearsall's not playing this week. I'm talking about this week, the $20 DraftKings DFS Millie Maker. Darnold's interesting because he's like $100 more than Jackson Dart. So don't feel like many people would click him. Mayfield, Cook, Ibuka, and Mason Taylor. Okay. Cook's interesting. Obviously, I got a lot of Cook, but he did get rolled up on to start that Chiefs game. So the question is, if this game gets out of hand, are they going to be having him play? Or are they going to let him rest up a little bit? Okay, we need to go QB wideout, huh? Fuck, man. This is not what I was trying to do. I was trying to go Trevor Lawrence, and I tried to get Parker Washington, and then he was gone. So I was flustered. And then I got autoed Marcus Mariota. This team stinks. God, wide receiver is awful right now. Sure, Rashad Bateman. Okay. Is what it is. Mariota can get there on the ground. It is a game stack with J-Mo. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed hanging out. Have a wonderful weekend. Peace out.